so wood farms and botanical nurseries. As for the tree farm we just made, which is also lacking quite heavily. So onto this one. Botanical nursery. Please make you. Oh, let's always go overkill when trying to do this. That's going to be botanical nurseries. Then we also need at a hiding those. The forest thing. Oh, that's on. Oh, it is on right here. Please give me you. But again, yes. But I have a feeling this is gonna strain our base quite a bit. But I don't really mind. Because going forward, it will be a lot better that we have all this automated in terms of expanding out if you want to get any kind of progress up and running. So if you look at what's needed, we have 3 out of 5 made in our mall now. We pretty much just need the apiaries. But I can kind of just make them by hand for now, since we don't need that many. Iron is going down quite quickly. All of these are working. They are missing things from over here. That does look like this just needs an expansion as well. That means jaw crushers has to be made. Jaw crusher. Please make a few of you. Let's limit some of this. I don't want to buffer that much. And we also needed, what is a soil extractor? We need it for something. I think we ever set that up anyway. And that's just limited to that small amount right here. That should be fine. But more things being made. Let's go look at our little setup up here. Away. Steel is fine. Iron, on the other hand, is not getting enough processed iron. Processed iron, on the other hand, should be easy enough to get. I just want to check if iron has gotten a better recipe by now. We have the hot air, we have the oxidized. We should probably go into molten iron soon. Because that's a 1-to-1 recipe, that's a 5-to-1. That's 5-to-3 we do. Go into this one. 100 gives us 60. That means we need 50, so that's quite a bit better. If you use this one instead, and that gives us tailings out, we just need raw borax. That might be something we'll go into quite soon. But before that, let's just double our production right here. 2. Give right there and right there. Stone is not completely filled up yet. It is being used, so that's fine. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4. Need a few more. Fine. Then we need to give all of you some power. Let's make it look good. And that should double our production of this to give us more processed iron. Which in turn should make our iron being produced twice the speed. And then we should have more flowing through. And hopefully that can keep up with the demand for what we just activated in here in our little mall. Yeah, we are at least getting buildings slowly up and running. We have chip shooters, oh not chip shooters, let's call electronic factories up and running. We are delivering things for our little plant up here. Slowly getting things. We do need to go up and put in a bit of wood to kickstart it. To be honest, I should probably just have added a little quest for wood here. Let's just do that. Or let's just run up there. I need to go check on the key caulk anyway. And go put in my sea sponge later. The wood is like, oh, we're lacking coal. Seriously. Oh, why are you? Are we out of raw coal? Oh, that's quite bad. That is something we have to solve very quickly since our power network very much depends on it still. So where do we have some raw coal? Quite a few places, and we need to expand out to those. And I take one from somewhere. Pretty much this one is quite good. Oh wait, do I have this one stored up, to be honest? Please do that and set you up to mine raw coal. And let's move you out to actually get some raw coal from around the world. Please grab all we have here. And somewhere else. It's quite lucky we saw it. If we had run out, that would have been very, very bad. Also get one right there. We'll need a local radar though. That is quite hard to see anything. Could have a look. Oh wait, that's the mining thing that lights us up probably. There we go. Local radar. Please get you placed right here for now. So we can see what's going on right here. That's going to start to mine a lot of coal here. That is actually needed around the base. And let's set up a few more. Since the travel distance is hurting these a bit. We should probably expand out to greater pockets of coal. We don't have that many great pockets of coal, which is actually quite bad. We could, in theory, shift into to combustion instead, but let's just get this cleaned out first. There we go, and let's grab this one. Just over here. Remember to get it inside logistic range. I can see we kind of got to do that right there. So that's coal. That's that's about 1 million coal. Should last us a little while. That's going to give us a bit more coal as well. Can't output fast enough, it seems, so we will have to add. Let's add 2 more to the side and see if that is enough. Yeah, I wish I had a bit bigger pockets of different kind of resources. Because as it stands right now, we are running out of it a bit too fast for my comfort. Just gonna go grab the radar from up here. Get you in here just so I have one in storage. Need to expand this one out. Right there. Let's give us some coverage this way. We were looking at the wood still. We'll just hopefully check that this is gonna give us enough for what we need. Good. Just more wood. I really want to redesign this at some point, but that can wait a little while. That's going to activate all of this, giving us more wood out. Sponges, it's fine. The power is still going strong right here. That is not bad. Yeah, it's easy producing everything it needs. Having a nice surplus of seeds. Let's just get this moved out a bit. Here, I'm gonna grab that coal. And let's go down a bit as well. There we are. Also going to give us a bit more room to build on, which will be very nice. And to be honest, how far away are we from trains? Because I actually kind of want to get some soon, so we can set up a way to get them in. Because right now it is a bit annoying. That we can't get coal anywhere closer than this, so treated with solder, iron, stone, we should have that, please. You automated rail signals as well, and that one. TSM is locked behind circuits. That should give us a base a lot to do, because we kind of want to get trains. Then we'll set up a nice big train network. Getting resources in from around the world. I think that could be quite good. At least for some of our main things. Let's see here. Fungi is actually not keeping up. We do need to expand this one out as well. And to be honest, that doesn't really matter since it's an extremely easy thing to do. I'm debating if we should put it on the opposite side, the input. Or maybe I'll give it the same if we just do this, for example. Moving it over here. It will work, but it will require twice as many chests as needed. Also do this and change the inputs and outputs, both sides, and fix it that way. Just to save on chests. I don't want to do it. I think it will be better. Let's save a bit of resources. Do that. And that. Good, that means I can now dismantle everything over here. Pretty much just move this little setup down the line. Could in theory do that. Just get the water in over here now. Just, yeah, why don't we do that instead? Okay, let's try something fun. Please get all that away. Then we'll take and get this out. Ah, thank you for the follow, Toxic Arc 92. And what if we get all of these pipes away? Oh, not pipes, sorry, all of these away. And then we'll just drag a pipe like this. And if I then just do something like that for the inputs, maybe right there, and the same over on this side. And I just take this one and move it down. That'll give water and power to everything. That means we can actually shift everything over one if you wanted to make more room for things. Because this one can fit in one more if we shift it over a bit. Let's just try this. You are allowed to be shifted. Give ourselves a small amount of room. That always looks a bit better than ramming it in too tightly. And the only thing we need to do is you can shift around a bit, so something like that. And I'll go water for all of our fungi production again. That's looking exactly like I wanted to. That's a much cleaner setup than we had before, giving us much more in. Yeah, that looks quite good. Water flowing, mushrooms getting delivered, spores getting produced, and we just doubled our production. And now, almost fit in one more. If we move this somewhere else, we can easily do that. So, 2 or something more. Oh! The steam engines are running into a problem, the same as our arc power. Ooh, let's hope we don't get a blackout. The reason why the arcs aren't really moving is because I'm guessing the food is fine. This is a raw plant fiber. They're not getting enough raw things. Quick way to solve it until we get it under control is, yeah, cut down this forest, please. And get things up and running. I don't want to get a power crisis. Solar could also be a way to at least get some simple power. To power the base and save us some resources. Might actually not be a bad idea, since right now our power is consuming a lot. To get enough for this though, well, it requires a lot. It's 16 and a half pretty much for 1 megawatt. Oh, so that does require, what is that? 1.6k solar. Yeah, that's a bit too expensive. But oh well, we'll just have to expand out our production to handle this instead. And as soon as this is up running, we should be good. Give me some of this bulk. Give me some of you. So don't all just go into seeds. Because then this will never expand out, and we need these to go a lot faster. Because if we look at key calc, look at this one, what it's used for. We can use it to make raw fiber in a 1:5. That is kind of why I'm doing it, because otherwise, to make this, we're using 10 wood for 2, which is highly inefficient. And since we need a ton of wood for our arc production, and in that regard power, running out of that would be quite bad, as we can see right here. So we have to hurry and get the key calc up and running. There's some more wood for you. For the base. That's not going to give us enough. But yeah, as soon as the arcs are running, no problems whatsoever. We should have enough for the power stations to get as well, since we got what's called more set up right here. Still can't output fast enough. Small upgrade of these two could probably help quite a bit in that regard. So here is some more for you. Still not filled up. Let's get this filled in. 1, 2, 3 more. Almost fill them up, but oh, 1, 2, 3. But we need to get this. This is the only way we can save quite a big part of our base at the moment. All the seeds just get delivered out. Seems it did, but we should have more than enough in storage for these to continue. Called clay. That's a recipe we're using, plus a lot more. And sand, we have that as well, so we use the one that gives us 4. Lamps is the one that gives us 5. What's a harvester? Called 3. Huh. Can we get a harvester? Oh. Oh, that's way later. That makes sense why we can't make that yet. So we'll just have to wait until we get all the things we need. We'll just add 1 to each of these to make sure all of them are actually running. Unless it's using what's called 450, just to keep it going. Then I kind of make sure we have the other ones working instead. Orc power, Steam, fine. Yeah, look, the amount of wood we got completely saved our power. But I don't want to rely on something as unreliable as that to keep our base running. One, 2, 3, was that enough? 4, 5. So that'll give us our fungi. That's placing them in. Gonna get it to work. That's gonna get more mushroom going. That's the last 2 we needed to have this running at full speed. Yeah, not good. That's all of them. The rest will slowly get put in as they're being produced. I'm not too worried about that. That is quite nice. Should we get solar before we get the rail? Probably not. rail is a lot more important for us to get at the moment. So solar could be quite nice as well. That is good. That is producing enough. Ooh, that's a nice surplus as well. So pretty much wood and fiber, or in a big regards, just fiber is what's holding us back. Coal should be produced over here now. It's not getting enough raw coal in. Very much want to turn off these at some point, but we can't yet. Our power is still not efficient to keep that running. So I kind of have to keep that process going. Here is some more for you. Make you go a bit faster, so we don't have to wait for that in the future when we need it. And our little rabbit things are also being produced. That's completely fine. So it's on methane. 30, that's not going fast enough, but it's going. It's going. That is the most important thing. Then keycock. Can I then stop requesting them soon? I kind of feel I can't stop requesting them, since we do need to get more. Not be in serious trouble in that regard. So now we're making more key coal, at least at a much greater rate. How fast are we making it though? Key coal. We're down to making, oh, we're still making 2.5 minutes. Not a lot, and we need way more. At least before it starts converting into something else. So our wood farm is going now and producing wood. At about 400 now. We got a bit of jump here, about 30%. Makes sense with the way we're doing this. But I very much want to do this differently. Should we make dedicated cells for each of these 3 things? And just have robots transported around? I think it might be very useful to do that, because we have quite a bit of wasted space right here. And we are making more than enough seeds, so maybe just upgrading these. But this one is still using ash. We have enough ash, but I just want this process to go. It is a pretty good setup. Let's just make one more. There we are. Add in a small amount of wood. Hopefully we have most of this in our mall now. To get this built, we should have. So doing this should be quite easy. To get everything up and running. Let's see if we have enough in storage. Well, I can see we don't, because robots are still clearing out the forest. So let's do this. Let's get some more construction robots to make our life a bit easier.